Young and the Restless early spoilers February 2nd to 6th. Billy risks everything and Mariah flees in panic. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, and then we'll talk about what is coming next week. Let's jump right in. Young and the Restless spoilers. Sally Spectra hires Audra Charles while Billy Abbott focuses on Chancellor. On Wednesday, January 28th, we've got Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, having drinks with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, at Society. Sally's frustrated about Billy's ongoing fixation with Chancellor when Sally thinks he should be thinking about Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, and her health concerns. So, Sally tells Audra that she and Billy are on different paths, and Sally thinks that her boyfriend is really messing up. Audra is happy that karma came for Victor Newman, Eric Braden. But Sally also says that Jill is sicker and Billy's out at AbbottCom, so she wants to hire Audra now. But she's kind of worried if Jill might pull the funding, but Sally doesn't think so. So, Audra agrees and Sally wants her to start as her right-hand person ASAP. Victoria Newman and Nate Hastings plot revenge against Kane on YandR. Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, and Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, are over at Crimson Lights and Victoria is admitting they lost almost everything. So Victoria also tells Nate that she fought with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and that any legal action against Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is going to take way too long. Nate still hates Kane and blames him for his brother Damian Kane's, Jermaine Rivers' death. She says Victor and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, are up to something shady, but they won't tell her what. So, Victoria wants to make her own shady plan, I guess. Nate thinks she can do it, and asks her to dinner. So, they head over to Society and Sally and Audra see Nate with Victoria. Audra thinks they're a couple now and talks about missing Nate, but Sally says maybe they're not. The four say hi and they are playing nice. Sally wants to know how the Newmans are doing. Victoria tells Sally she's not going to say anything because Billy told her AbbottCom will put a bad spin on any story about Victor. But Sally says Billy's not part of AbbottCom anymore. Billy Abbott's ambition clashes with Victoria Newman's Chancellor plans on Young and the Restless. Victoria is saying that she's guessing Billy going after Chancellor, but she will make sure he never gets it. Sally agrees that things look bad. Victoria wants to know if Sally and Billy broke up, but Sally says they're still trying to make things work personally. Victoria's pretty skeptical based on her own history with Billy. And then Sally says she's just focused on AbbottCom and accurate reporting, making it a better company. Victoria and Nate walk away to go eat their dinner, and Sally tells Audra that Genoa City is a mess and things aren't done getting messy yet. Meanwhile, Victoria tells Nate that the Newmans will get back everything they lost. Audra says Kane and Phyllis should be worried about how furious Victoria is. Sally agrees she would not want to be on Victoria's poop list. Victoria says that Chancellor is Nikki Newman's, Melody Thomas Scott, and she tells Nate she is going to return it to her mom. Mariah Copeland kidnaps Dominic Chancellor as mental health spirals on YandR. Nate wants to know how this whole messy thing is going to impact Billy and Victoria's kids. She's really hoping to keep them from being part of the mess. Nate says that he is happy to distract her tonight. Plus, Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway, and Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, are in full panic mode. Dominic Chancellor, Ethan Ray Clark, is still lost and it's full dark. Devin at first says Dom may be hiding in the house, but she says he wouldn't do that. Then Devin and Abby see the scarf Mariah dropped, but nobody recognizes it. Abby freaks out and thinks somebody was watching them and took the kid. Devin calls the cops and he and Abby start wondering who would take their son. They tell the police what happened. Abby's praying for his safe return. Meanwhile, Mariah has Dominic at her sketchy hotel room, and she's panicking about what she's done, but imaginary Ian Ward, Ray Wise, tells Mariah she did what she needed to do and to stick to the plan. Imaginary Ian Ward influences Mariah Copeland's escape from Genoa City. Ian tells Mariah she finally has a family, and she shouldn't feel guilty about that. Ian tells Mariah to lie to Dominic. Just get him in the car and go get away from Genoa City. Mariah is crying, but Ian says she's better for Dominic than Abby and Devin are. Then Dominic asked if his parents are coming soon. Mariah says they're running late. They play hide and seek some more, but Dominic is worried Devin and Abby won't find them. Mariah says that Dominic will like the next place they go. She's calling him Bowie. If you remember, that's what she called Dominic when she was their surrogate, and he was growing in her tummy. Kyle Abbott and Claire Grace Newman seek closure, while Harrison Locke plays matchmaker on Young and the Restless. On Thursday, January 29th, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, need some closure. So, They talk about some of the loose ends with their broken relationship. With Harrison Locke, Redding Munsell, actively trying to parent trap them, Kyle and Claire need to figure out if they're really done or may try again because it's not fair to leave Harrison with hope like that. Adam has second thoughts, and it may be about taking Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and the kids to force Kane to come to the table to cut a deal if Victor presses hard. We'll see how it goes. But Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, won't like it. She grills Adam, and he comes clean about the plan. Chelsea's horrified that Victor wants to kidnap Lily, and the kids even though Adam says they won't hurt them. Nikki learns a shocking secret from Chelsea, and she may tell Victor. She may tell Nikki that Victor's plan is to snatch Lily Winters and the kids to force Kane's hand, and that Victor's forcing Adam to help. YandR spoilers. Friday, January 30th. Sharon Newman and Nick Newman confront Phyllis Summers. Friday, January 30th. Devin and Abby get shocking news, and it may be confirmation that Dominic was spotted with his kidnapper or in a stranger's car. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, go off on Phyllis Summers and blame her for destroying the Newman family's empire. Of course, Phyllis is going to blame everybody else and defend her actions. She's not going to back down. And Mariah is on the road with Dominic in her car again. The Young and the Restless spoilers. February 2nd to February 6th sweeps action. The week of February 2nd through the 6th is the first full week of February sweeps, and we've got big action. Next week should be when Devin and Abby are at the ratty hotel room where Mariah was staying. They find Dominic's mitten, and Abby is worried that wherever Dominic is, he's cold. And they are getting more frantic by the minute. They have no idea Mariah kidnapped their son. Abby assumes the kidnapper is somebody who wants revenge on Victor or on the Newman family. Mariah's mental health spirals further as she takes off with Abby and Devin's son. They are going to pursue the kidnapper in the private jet, and we're going to see newly minted GCPD Detective Burrow, Matt Cohen, working the kidnapping case. YandR spoilers. Victor Newman's desperation and Billy Abbott's is on the edge this week as The Young and the Restless ramps up its drama with high-stakes decisions, shocking moves, and emotional upheavals that could change the lives of some of the most central characters. From Billy Abbott's daring choices to Mariah Copeland's panic-driven flight, fans can expect a week filled with intense confrontation, heartbreak, and cliffhangers that leave everyone talking. Billy Abbott's gamble. A risk too big? Billy has always walked the line between bold and reckless, but this week he takes it to a new level. As the spoilers reveal, Billy is making a move that could jeopardize his relationships, his career, and possibly his reputation in Genoa City. With tensions already high between him, Phyllis, and Victoria, fans are bracing for a major showdown. The Abbott empire has been rocked by shifting alliances, and Billy sees a chance to regain control, not just professionally but personally. However, this week's episodes hint that his actions might backfire spectacularly. Whether it's a risky business deal, a shocking confession, or an impulsive romantic decision, the consequences could ripple through the lives of everyone around him. Billy's inner conflict is palpable. On one hand, he wants to secure his position and prove his loyalty to those he cares about. On the other, he's walking a dangerous line that could lead to betrayal and heartbreak. Expect heated confrontations in the Abbott boardroom and emotional showdowns at home as Billy's choices collide with the agendas of those closest to him. Mariah's panic, flight from reality. While Billy gambles, Mariah Copeland finds herself caught in a storm of panic and fear. Early spoilers suggest that Mariah's world is spinning out of control, and her natural instinct is to run. The drama seems to center around an unexpected threat, perhaps from an old enemy resurfacing, a legal complication, or a personal betrayal that shakes her sense of safety. This is Mariah at her most vulnerable. The usually grounded and resourceful young woman is reacting in a way that could leave lasting consequences. Her flight from the situation is not just physical, it's emotional too. As she runs, viewers can expect moments of introspection, fear, and even shocking decisions that may push her further away from those who care about her. Mariah's panic is a reminder that even the strongest characters have breaking points. This week, her storyline intersects with several Genoa City residents, creating tension that could ignite conflicts, alliances, or heartbreak. Fans should watch closely, as Mariah's choices may force others to step in, or stand by and watch the consequences unfold. Shocking twists in relationships. Romantic tension continues to dominate Genoa City. Early spoilers indicate that Billy's risky actions could put a strain on his relationships, particularly with Victoria. Could this week mark the beginning of a breakdown in trust, or will reconciliation be possible? Given Billy's history, it's likely that whatever decision he makes will have far-reaching emotional consequences. Meanwhile, Mariah's flight may also affect her romantic connections. Whether she's trying to protect herself or avoid difficult truths, her actions could lead to misunderstandings, betrayals, or new alliances. Genoa City thrives on romantic turbulence, and this week promises more than its fair share of steamy arguments, tearful confrontations, and emotional reckonings. Family ties tested. The Abbott family is under pressure like never before. Billy's risk-taking may not only affect him personally, but could also shake the Abbott family dynamic. Phyllis, Victoria, and even Nikki may find themselves caught in the crossfire, trying to mediate or take sides. Spoilers hint at intense family confrontations that test loyalty, trust, and the limits of patience. At the same time, Mariah's situation may pull in other characters who are invested in her well-being. From Chelsea to Tessa, expect family ties to be tested as everyone grapples with the fallout of Mariah's decisions. The emotional stakes are high, and one misstep could change alliances permanently. Unexpected alliances and rivalries. Genoa City thrives on unexpected alliances, and the events of this week are no exception. Billy's bold moves could create friction with longtime rivals, while also opening doors to surprising new partnerships. Could he find an ally in someone unexpected, or does his decision set the stage for a bitter feud? Similarly, Mariah's panic may lead her to confide in someone she rarely trusts, creating a new bond or alliance that shifts the city's power dynamics. On the flip side, her actions might also spark envy, suspicion, or rivalry as others question her motives or the timing of her choices. Fans can anticipate that both Billy and Mariah will be catalysts for ripple effects that touch nearly every corner of Genoa City. From the Newman family to the Abbotts and beyond, relationships and rivalries are poised for dramatic upheaval. What this means for Genoa City? Early spoilers suggest that February 2nd to 6th will be a week where decisions matter more than ever. Billy risks everything, and Mariah flees in panic, but the fallout isn't confined to them alone. Their choices will reverberate across Genoa City, setting up storylines that could dominate the next several weeks. For fans of the young and the restless, this is a must-watch week. Expect high emotion, strategic maneuvering, and moments of suspense that leave viewers guessing. Whether it's a daring business move, a heartfelt confession, or a panic-driven escape, the actions of Billy and Mariah promise to shake the foundations of Genoa City and keep audiences talking long after the credits roll. Final thoughts. As February begins, The Young and the Restless reminds viewers why it continues to captivate with its blend of drama, romance, and suspense. Billy's risk-taking and Mariah's panic are just the tip of the iceberg this week, but they set the tone for a series of explosive events. Whether these choices lead to redemption, heartbreak, or shocking reversals, one thing is certain. Genoa City is far from calm, and the consequences will be felt by everyone. Fans will want to tune in every day from February 2nd to 6th to catch all the twists, turns, and emotional fireworks. Billy Abbott may be risking everything, but in Genoa City, it's never just about one person. Every decision has a ripple effect, and Mariah's panic-driven choices are only adding fuel to the fire. With relationships tested, loyalties questioned, and tensions soaring, this week promises some of the most gripping drama the soap has delivered in months. Buckle up, Genoa City fans. Billy is gambling, Mariah is running, and the fallout is about to be unforgettable. On the brink of chaos once again, as two of its most influential power players take very different approaches to securing their futures. In today's shocking developments on The Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra is making a bold move, hiring Audra Charles to shake up the fashion world, while Billy Abbott turns his attention back to the corporate battlefield, focusing on Chancellor Industries. The contrast between personal ambition and business strategy is creating an explosive storyline that fans won't want to miss. For months, Sally Spectra has been navigating the treacherous waters of Genoa City's fashion scene. With Spectra Fashions battling for relevance against towering competitors like Jabot and Newman Enterprises, Sally knows that innovation, and a touch of cunning, is essential. Enter Audra Charles, a savvy, ambitious talent with a flair for creativity and a knack for stirring the pot. While some may question Audra's loyalty, Sally sees her as the perfect ally to shake things up. Audra's arrival at Spectra Fashions is more than a simple hire. It's a statement. Sally is sending a clear message to her competitors. Spectra is back, and she's not playing small. Audra brings with her a fresh perspective, unafraid to challenge tradition and push boundaries. Her reputation precedes her, and word of her arrival has already reached the ears of Genoa City's social elite. With Sally's vision and Audra's daring strategies, the fashion house is poised to reclaim its former glory, or at the very least cause a stir that cannot be ignored. Meanwhile, across the city, Billy Abbott is deep in the world of mergers, acquisitions, and boardroom battles. Billy's focus is sharp: Chancellor Industries. After a period of personal turbulence, including complex romantic entanglements and family pressures, Billy is determined to reassert himself as a formidable force in the corporate world. His attention to Chancellor isn't just about profit, it's about legacy. He knows that maintaining control over such a significant entity is crucial not only for his own career, but for the Abbott family name. Billy's return to corporate strategy is met with mixed emotions. Some see him as a rising star ready to make bold moves, while others worry about his past missteps and impulsive tendencies. But Billy is undeterred. He is strategically reviewing Chancellor's assets, identifying weaknesses, and planning his next moves with precision. Every decision is calculated. Every conversation with board members is a chess move in a larger game of power, influence, and survival in Genoa City's cutthroat business world. The contrast between Sally and Billy could not be starker. Sally is embracing creativity, disruption, and alliance building outside the corporate mold, while Billy is entrenched in traditional business tactics, focusing on control, authority, and careful maneuvering. Yet, both paths are fraught with potential pitfalls. Sally's bold hire could backfire if Audra proves too ambitious, or if internal conflicts arise within Spectra Fashions. On the other hand, Billy's laser focus on Chancellor could blind him to personal betrayals or underhanded moves from rival executives, moves that could jeopardize everything he's worked to achieve. The dynamics of these two storylines intersect in fascinating ways. Sally's push to dominate the fashion scene could indirectly affect Billy's corporate ambitions. Fashion and business are not mutually exclusive in Genoa City, and the ripple effects of a scandal, a daring campaign, or an unexpected partnership could shift the balance of power in ways no one anticipates. Likewise, Billy's maneuvers at Chancellor could influence investor sentiment, impact key players, and even affect partnerships that intersect with Spectra Fashion's sphere of influence. Audra Charles herself is a character to watch. With a mysterious past and a reputation for both brilliance and controversy, she could easily become the catalyst for a major shakeup. Will she remain loyal to Sally, or will her ambitions drive her to pursue opportunities that undermine her employer? Genoa City has seen its fair share of betrayals, and Audra's entry adds a layer of suspense that keeps fans on edge. Every strategic decision, every whispered conversation, and every move in the boardroom or the studio carries the potential for dramatic consequences. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott's personal life is entwined with his corporate focus. His recent struggles with love, family loyalty, and professional reputation mean that every business decision carries emotional weight. His relationships with colleagues, family members, and romantic partners are all under scrutiny. In particular, his rivalry with other corporate leaders in Genoa City could ignite conflict, alliances, or even sabotage. Billy's challenge is balancing ambition with integrity, something he has wrestled with before, but never under such high stakes. Fans are eagerly speculating. Could Sally and Audra's partnership give Spectra Fashions the edge it needs to outshine its rivals? Or will Billy's strategic maneuvering at Chancellor Industries secure him a dominant position in Genoa City's corporate landscape? The answer may lie in unexpected alliances, unforeseen betrayals, or a twist that no one sees coming. With both storylines unfolding simultaneously, The Young and the Restless is crafting a tense narrative that keeps viewers hooked. Additionally, these developments have the potential to impact other characters. For instance, Victor Newman is likely watching both Sally's and Billy's moves with keen interest, given his long-standing influence in Genoa City's business world. Any misstep by either party could be exploited, creating ripple effects that affect multiple storylines. Likewise, Jabot's executives may see Audra's hire as an opportunity to strike, adding another layer of tension and strategic maneuvering. The narrative possibilities are endless. Could Audra and Sally's collaboration evolve into a public relations masterpiece that puts Spectra back in the spotlight? Or might their ambitions collide, creating a rift that threatens to dismantle the company from within? Meanwhile, Billy's meticulous approach at Chancellor could either solidify his reputation as a savvy businessman or leave him vulnerable to the kind of corporate sabotage Genoa City is known for. The beauty of the Young and the Restless lies in its ability to blend personal drama with professional intrigue. Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott's parallel storylines exemplify this. Audiences are not just watching fashion shows or board meetings. They are witnessing a complex interplay of ambition, loyalty, and risk that mirrors real-life challenges, albeit in a heightened soap opera world. As the week unfolds, viewers can expect high-stakes confrontations, strategic gambits, and emotionally charged interactions. Sally's decision to hire Audra Charles is bound to create tension, spark rumors, and challenge loyalties. Billy's dedication to Chancellor Industries will test his intellect, patience, and ability to navigate a web of corporate politics. For fans, the excitement lies in watching these storylines develop, anticipating who will emerge victorious, who will falter, and how their actions will reverberate across Genoa City. Is no stranger to schemes, scandals, and shocking betrayals, but the latest drama unfolding on the Young and the Restless promises to shake the very foundations of Newman Enterprises. Victoria Newman, the powerhouse heiress with a sharp mind and even sharper instincts, has teamed up with Nate Hastings, the savvy and strategic scion of the Hastings family, in a secretive and potentially explosive plot targeting Kane Ashby. Fans are already buzzing online, speculating whether this alliance will topple Kane or backfire spectacularly. It all began innocently, or as innocently as things ever go in Genoa City. Kane Ashby, once the adored hero, has recently found himself in hot water. From corporate missteps at Chancellor Winters to deeply personal betrayals involving those closest to him, Kane's seemingly perfect life has started to unravel. Victoria, never one to ignore an opportunity, recognized the cracks in Kane's armor and saw a chance not just for vengeance but for strategic gain. The catalyst for this unprecedented alliance between Victoria and Nate reportedly stems from Kane's betrayal of multiple parties. While details are murky, insiders suggest that Kane's manipulations have endangered both Newman Enterprises and the Hastings family's financial interests. Victoria, whose ambition is matched only by her fierce loyalty to her family, knew she needed an ally who could navigate both the corporate battlefield and the personal vendettas that Genoa City thrives on. Nate Hastings, known for his tenacity and resourcefulness, proved to be the perfect partner in crime. What makes this alliance particularly intriguing is the dynamic between the two co-conspirators. Victoria, with her razor-sharp intellect and commanding presence, is the mastermind, envisioning every step with meticulous precision. Nate, on the other hand, brings street-smart instincts, a deep understanding of corporate law, and a personal vendetta against Kane that makes him both reliable and dangerously unpredictable. Together, they form a formidable force, a combination that could spell disaster for Kane if executed correctly. Their plan, according to insiders, is multifaceted. First, they intend to weaken Kane's professional standing. Rumors suggest that Victoria is leveraging her connections at Newman Enterprises to uncover incriminating information about Kane's business dealings, possibly even evidence of financial misconduct. Nate, meanwhile, is reportedly working behind the scenes to sway key players at Chancellor Winters and other corporate allies, isolating Kane and leaving him vulnerable. But the plan doesn't stop at business sabotage. Victoria and Nate are also reportedly plotting to strike at Kane's personal life. Kane has always prided himself on his reputation as a devoted husband and father, but insiders hint that the duo intends to exploit insecurities and secrets that Kane has long tried to bury. By targeting his personal relationships, they hope to destabilize Kane emotionally, making him easier to manipulate, or, if necessary, destroy. Fans of the Young and the Restless know that alliances in Genoa City are rarely permanent, and trust is a rare commodity. The question on everyone's mind is, can Victoria and Nate maintain their alliance long enough to execute their plan without succumbing to their own ambitions or personal grudges? Victoria has a history of putting her own interests first, and Nate is no stranger to using allies as pawns when convenient. This delicate balance of trust and deception adds a thrilling layer of unpredictability to their plot. Social media chatter has been relentless, with viewers dissecting every interaction between Victoria and Nate. Some fans speculate that the duo's partnership could extend beyond simple revenge, hinting at a potential power grab that could reshape Genoa City's corporate landscape. Others believe that Kane, ever resilient and cunning, may have anticipated their moves, setting the stage for a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. One particularly tense scene reportedly involves a private meeting in the shadowed confines of Newman Enterprises' boardroom. Victoria, dressed impeccably in a power suit that commands attention, reportedly lays out a meticulous plan. Destabilize Kane financially, isolate him socially, and strike where he is most vulnerable, his relationships. Nate, equally composed but with a glint of determination in his eyes, contributes his expertise in gathering intel and orchestrating subtle manipulations. Observers describe the scene as electric, with an undercurrent of tension that hints at the explosive consequences of their conspiracy. Yet, as with all Genoa City plots, there are potential pitfalls. Kane is not an easy target. His connections run deep, and his resilience is legendary. Moreover, any misstep by Victoria or Nate could not only expose their intentions, but also turn Kane's wrath directly against them. Insider sources suggest that Kane may already have contingency plans, having sensed the brewing storm and begun fortifying his defenses both in business and in his personal life. This potential showdown has the entire fan base on edge. Social media platforms are flooded with theories, predictions, and heated debates. Could Victoria and Nate succeed in bringing Kane down? Or is this alliance destined to implode before it even reaches its climax? Will Kane's cunning and charm allow him to outmaneuver them, turning the tables in a shocking twist? One thing is certain. The Young and the Restless has crafted yet another storyline that promises intrigue, suspense, and the kind of dramatic tension that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Adding fuel to the fire is the personal history between the characters. Victoria has a complicated relationship with the Newman legacy, often torn between family loyalty and her own ambitions. Nate, too, has his own motivations rooted in protecting his family's legacy and asserting his place in the competitive world of Genoa City. Their shared determination to confront Kane is as much about justice, or perceived justice, as it is about securing power, making this plotline layered and deeply compelling. As the storyline unfolds, viewers will likely witness a masterclass in strategy, manipulation, and psychological warfare. Victoria's calculated ruthlessness combined with Nate's tactical ingenuity creates a volatile mix that could redefine relationships, alliances, and power dynamics in Genoa City. Fans are particularly eager to see whether the revenge plot will stay strictly within the bounds of business or spiral into more personal, dramatic confrontations. In conclusion, the Victoria Newman-Nate Hastings alliance against Kane Ashby represents one of the most thrilling story arcs in recent Young and the Restless history. With stakes that encompass both corporate dominance and personal vendettas, the storyline is a perfect storm of intrigue, suspense, and raw emotion. Viewers can expect power plays, shocking revelations, and perhaps even moments that will leave the Genoa City landscape forever changed. As Victoria and Nate tighten their grip and execute their plans, Kane's fate hangs in the balance. Will the duo succeed in toppling him, or will Kane's cunning and resilience allow him to turn the tables in a shocking twist? One thing is certain. The drama is far from over, and fans should buckle up for an unforgettable ride through betrayal, revenge, and high-stakes maneuvering in the city that never sleeps.